Welcome to This Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art posts and updates. So without further ado, let's go over these announcements and news from the 10th of December to the 16th. Now first up we had Devstream 103. Now in that Devstream we saw new footage of the upcoming Warframe Khora with some of her abilities explained to us. Now her first ability is the IPS damage cycle, which will allow us to switch and boost the damage that we deal. Now also, switching through the 3 damage types will also change Khora's visuals, with Slash forming sharp extensions, Puncture forming a number of arrowheads, and Impact just roughening up her skin with a less intrusive visual. They also stated that holding down the ability will smash out the whip and deal the current damage type. Now her second ability, Ensnare, will stun and lock affected units in place, while also luring other units into the area, allowing for, as Scott stated, synergy between her first and second abilities. As for her third ability, that is her custom Kavat named Venari. Now this Kavat will change its appearance based on which IPS damage type you have active on your first ability, just like the base frame, as well as having its own modding capabilities on top of the bonuses she receives from our Warframe Strength, Duration, and Efficiency mods. Now there was no footage regarding her fourth ability, the Exalted Whip, as they are still working on the frame, but what we do know is that it is an Exalted Whip. Now besides Khora-related information, we received more news about the Tenno Ghouls, which will be arriving in reoccurring bounties on the planes once they go live. Now in these bounties, it looks like the Hunter mods from Operation Plaguestar will be a part of the rewards, as well as a Grineer submachine gun. Next up, they gave a preview of Impact's upcoming changes from the IPS system, where with each shot the proc will stack and eventually will ragdoll the enemy. Obviously from the footage you can tell that the distance the enemy travels is broken, so don't expect that level of distance once it drops. Now there is a dev workshop that was only just posted as of recording, with a lot more information about the upcoming changes in it. So if you are interested in reading up on that and getting ready for it before it comes, there's a link to that post in the description, as well as everything else that I talk about. Now for those of you who have been curious about the third door in your orbiter ever since that extension was added, we now have an answer, and that is your personal quarters. Now if you ever played the Mass Effect series, it's along the lines of the quarters in that game, but obviously since it's Warframe, there's a lot more customization. Now in this area, players will be able to show off their Warframe loadouts, as well as create fight scenes using action figures in set area styles, which players will be able to change. Now there's also fish tanks, which players can populate by using already caught fish, and just like those set areas, they can be customized to have different tile set visuals. Now on top of that, the Jukebox that was mentioned a while back will be available in this area, with its songs and playlist unlocking after finding Cephalon fragment-like rewards on each planet. There are also actual shelves, so players don't have to get creative and make their own, unless you want shelves outside of the room of course. And to entice your fashion frame needs, each room within your orbiter will have a 1200 decoration cap limit. And on top of that, there's also a window looking out into space. And because we have this new orbiter area, why not make it a new social space with friends, as you will soon be able to invite them upon your orbiter, which is something we talked about last week, but we now definitely have confirmation. We then saw a side-by-side comparison of the Terralist and Megalist, as well as a preview of another version of the original Eidolon titled the Rainalist. Now these won't be spawned on the planes at the same time, and will require players to perform currently unknown actions in order to spawn them, so look forward to those once they drop. Now they also previewed the Dojo Obstacle Course Creator in its early stages of development. They also stated that Hydroid's Prime Access trailer will be coming eventually, the open world tile set for Venus will drop sometime in spring 2018, soon operators will receive their own idle animations, on top of making it so they stand up when you're customizing them, and finally throughout the dev stream they were using the fan melee weapon and the Tenno pump shotgun. Now there may be a slight chance that we receive some of the mentioned content, such as Khora, the Tenno shotgun, the fan weapon, the Eidolons, and more, before the end of 2017, but if we don't, expect them pretty early next year. Now outside of Devstream 103, we received update 22.7 on PC and a hotfix for consoles. Now these updates and hotfixes released Mirage's Prime Access pack into the wild for players to farm or purchase, and if you want a rundown of the items and the update, there's my update video or the forum link for that. We then received news that update 22.5.1 for consoles has been sent in for certification, and once it's verified, you guys will be receiving all of the current Vault changes, the Vault Proto skin collection, the Baza weapon collection, and a large number of quality of life improvements. Next up, DE Megan posted a reminder for players to activate two-factor authentication on their accounts to provide more security. We then had TennoBaum 2017, which is still live, and if you want a full rundown regarding it, I already have a video uploaded covering the topic in full, which you can go watch as the link is in the description. However, since that video, there has been a few updates in regards to the gift-o-meter. As of recording, we are now at 175,000 gifts given, so if you log into Warframe before the 22nd of January at 2 PM Eastern Time, you will receive a Orokin Catalyst and Reactor, an Ignis Solstice skin, and 3 TennoBaum glyphs. And now if we end up reaching 200,000 gifts given, we'll also receive another glyph and a Solstice Galatine skin. After that, DE Taylor commented with some more insight into Tennogen Round 11, as well as more information about Tennogen rounds and why they take so long to release once the items have been identified. Now the final bit of DE news is that we might see an Orokin Captura scene eventually, but don't expect it before the end of the year. Anyway, that's all the relevant information that I could gather for this week, so as usual we'll finish the video up with a few highlights from the community. First up, we have Kademels design for the T-shirt contest, with Baro Keytar has arrived. Secondly, we have Heskaroids Grineer Paladin fan art. Thirdly, there's LED 2012 and Hydroxates work in progress shot for their contest Tennogen skin for Mirage. Fourth, there's Yasical's Vault fan art. And as the last share of the video is Hamburger Crisis's Paradise Circus Captura edit. All of the links to those and everything else I mentioned are in the description, so if you want to share your opinion on their work, feel free to do so. Now that's all the relevant DE information that I could gather for this week, so if you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon something or you wish to share your opinion on one of the topics that I mentioned, you can of course do so with a comment down below. And if you missed out on last week's episode, you can check it out by clicking the annotation on the screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.